Testing, testing, testing. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Yes or no? Yes or no? Okay, I'm good now. So let me do the intro for the third time, okay? Since I'm good now, welcome back to the AFC East Roundtable. This episode on Friday night is brought to you by the exclusive sponsor of Mojo Sports, ladies and gentlemen, especially those who are in Jersey who can invest in their favorite players right now or players they don't like as well. Y'all hit that like button on your way in. We're going to talk about that more in a moment. But welcome. Salute to the entire AFC East Roundtable panel. Dan Mitchell with the Buffalo Bills. Salute to you guys. The New York Jets with Richie. And you also got Mass that works with the New England Patriots. Y'all punch that like button on the way in. We won't get started till we get 100 likes. Y'all know me. I'm a like beggar. Okay. I am a like beggar, all right? Salute to all the Patreon members. Remember, if you are a Patreon member, I've already dropped the link. I've already dropped the link on the Patreon, so you can go ahead and come in backstage because tonight we're actually going to bring you all in earlier than normal because we're going to have some good conversations, trying to have a panel tonight with some of the Patreon members. But I got to talk about the state of the AFC East, give y'all my honest opinion. So, you know, TD, I love my team. I'm always ride for my team. But tonight I'm giving my honest opinion about all four teams in the AFC East. No trolling. No, Josh Allen is trash, even though he is. None of all of that stuff. I'm giving you my honest, raw opinion, whether you like it or not. I'm going to tell you the truth, what I think about each team in the AFC East. So we're going to break that down. And as soon as I'm done with my monologue, we will bring in the Patreon members. So once again, if you are a Patreon member, the link is already set up in the Patreon. All right. Go ahead and take advantage of that opportunity. Also, let me go ahead and pin the Patreon link in the description section. No, let me actually pin it up at the top. Let me see here. Copy. Let me go ahead and put it in the comment section just in case anyone wants to become a new Patreon and they like to be a part of the panels as well and have a good, intelligent conversation about the state of this division and each team there in it. All right. Again, punch that like button. We need 100 likes before we can go ahead and get rocking and rolling. Thank y'all so much. Let's get the like button up. Let your friends and family members know about the channel as well. We're about to get started, but do me a favor and punch that like button, ladies and gentlemen. Go ahead and punch that like button. Y'all just give me 1 second. I'm just sharing the video link across the social medias because a lot of people that don't know that we're live right now because it was supposed to be at 7:30, but I had a small little emergency, but it all ended up working out good. So it's better late than never. All right. So we're going to post that here. I see the Patreon members coming backstage. So about 30 minutes into the show, I'm going to start bringing you guys in and we're going to have some detailed conversations about the division, answering your questions and, you know, going at it, having some fun. All right. All right. So that's all done. All right. So let's rock and roll. Let me see if we got our likes up yet. All right. Again, punch that like button. We need 30 more likes. It's simple. It's simple. Hit that like button. Punch that like button. We'll get rolling whenever we get those 100 likes. Punch that like button. What's up, Nando? What's going on, everybody? Let me also put a poll real quick. Start a poll. Let me see who in the building. Who you with? Hey, Dolphins, Patriots, Bills, or Jets? All right, make sure you fill out the poll that's in the community as well. All right. Vikes are definitely winning. We'll see. Y'all already hating on the Dolphins. 20 more likes. 20 more likes. We got 140 people in here. I don't believe in laziness. So help out the channel by hitting that like button. Let's get 100 likes and we'll go ahead and get started. What's up, Ronnie? What's up, Clemente? There's the door. How you doing, man? Nando in the building. King Jamie the Mad. Salute to all the members of the channel. Angel, Carrillo, what's going on? Banzi, I see you. 11 more likes, y'all. Ryan, what's good with you, man? All right, King Jamie, appreciate you, man. Lucas, I see you. 386 Fins said, TD, I will be at the game to watch Skyler throw 4 touchdowns. I hope so. Lord knows I hope so. Man, T freaking D. What's up, bro? What up, Zach? Jets Forever in the building said Jets are the best team in football. We gonna talk about it. We're going to talk about it. I need 8 more likes and we'll start talking about it. Bernard said, what's up? Jaleel Crawford, what's going on, homie? I see y'all coming in the building. Let's go ahead and hit that like button on your way in. Punch that like button. Let me go ahead and put it at the bottom of the screen. Please hit that like button. All right. Skyler tossing 4 interceptions. Man, I hope not. I hope not. Cowboys fun here. What's up, TD? What's up with you, man? Excited to hear your non-troll take on the Bills. I'm telling y'all, I'm gonna give y'all 1,000% unbiased, raw, authentic truth about each team in this division tonight. Y'all gotta understand, I love having fun. I enjoy my team. I enjoy, the banter and everything like that. And I think the intelligent fans know whenever I'm just trolling and digging and know whenever I'm giving a real take. All right. Y'all know every time Josh Allen trash, that just comes from a place of he's the enemy in the division. At the end of the day, that kid is the top 3 quarterback in the NFL, man. And it's debatable if he's the best one at this point. All this stuff about Patrick Mahomes, I'll talk about that too. But we'll talk about all of that, all right? But again, all right, we got 100 likes. All right, we got 100 likes. Time to rock and roll. Let's go ahead and get started, ladies and gentlemen. All right, y'all. So let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Hit that like button on your way in. All right, y'all already know this is TD Fans Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. That's where I represent. But we are on the AFC East Roundtable right now. And we started this platform with 4 gentlemen that love their teams and represent their teams and represent them hard. And at the end of the day, me and all 3 of the fellas, man, we're pretty good with each other. We're pretty tight. It ain't no real, clashing or anything like that. When we get on camera, we know we say what we say, but it ain't no feelings involved. But let's go. Let's be hard at each other and do what we got to do. So tonight is going to be a moment where there ain't no clashing. There ain't going to be no clashing with me tonight. Until we bring the Patreon members in. If they say something crazy, then, hey, it is what it is. But I'm gonna give the honest takes of each team in this division. All right. Now, first and foremost, Dolphin fans already know where we stand on my channel, so I'm gonna be brief about the Dolphins. I'm gonna get them out of the way first. Okay. And then we'll move to the other teams. All right. That way I don't have to bore most of y'all with Dolphin talk because most of the Dolphin fans already know how I feel. So real quick, starting out with the Miami Dolphins, ladies and gentlemen. Listen. Right now we're in a tough situation as an organization. We have so many moving parts going on. Everybody's aware of the quarterback situation where, Tua is supposed to be our franchise quarterback. His first 2 years as a quarterback, he hadn't been great at all, had barely above average, if that. And, all of the notions of get him weapons, get things around him, and he'll flourish. Look at Josh Allen as one of the big examples. As soon as they got Diggs in a line, he started to flourish. So the Miami Dolphins did that. And this season, Tua Tagovailoa is obviously showing improved play. But at the end of the day, we have to ask ourselves, is that improved play enough? To be quite honest with you, a lot of Dolphin fans are starting to realize, with the exception of the fourth quarter, in Baltimore, this offense is averaging less than 16 points a game with Tua Tagovailoa. And that's just unacceptable when you have guys like Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill, Teron Armstead, Connor Williams, Robert Hunt, and Mike Gesicki and Raheem Mostert. This offense was expected. A lot of fans said, hey, we're probably going to be putting up 28 points a game. And we're averaging about 15.7 points a game with Tua if you take away the Baltimore fourth quarter. Now, you add the Baltimore fourth quarter because it's also unfair to take something away because it happened, right? When you add it, it brings us up to about 21.6 points per game. It's interesting that, in 3 games for Tua, one quarter brings us from 15.7 to 21.6. And that's because we scored about 28 points in that quarter. But it's still something that you have to evaluate for the simple fact that Baltimore's depleted secondary, blown coverage, and you don't typically get that in the NFL on a regular basis. So a lot of people are on a high with Tua Tagovailoa, feeling like, oh my gosh, he's balling out, when in truth, this offense is still not doing anything spectacular outside of some spurts in the Baltimore game and a solid game versus Buffalo, who were also depleted. So now that he's made some improvement, it's encouraging for Dolphin fans, but now we're dealing with injuries. Before he even got the concussion, he had a back injury and an ankle injury and a neck injury, and then the concussions came. Then they were debating whether they were the injuries or the concussions. And right now, I truly, honestly believe that the Miami Dolphins are kind of over it. They like Tua, they like his progress, but they are going to have to look for someone long-term for the future. They're going to have to look for a quarterback that they can rely on. It's like having Tom Brady, but saying, hey, you can only have him 11 games a year. And it's like, think about it, Buffalo, if you had Josh Allen, but you could only have him on the field 11 games a year. It's all good, but it's not reliable. It's nothing you could go long-term with. So I believe that the Miami Dolphins are still going to be going down the path of hoping Tua can turn out to be the guy while they check their other options at the same time. And one of those options is Skylar Thompson, who they're going to be looking closely at versus the very respectable Vikings, who are 4-1 this week. They're going to be looking at them and seeing, can he handle the NFL pressure? Can he play like an NFL quarterback with the week of preparation? Because if you can, now we have options with the Tua situation come the offseason, regardless of what Tua does. If you can't, it's favoring Tua even more, or we're going to have to draft a quarterback or go after someone in free agency. I think right now the Dolphins are in a state of exploring their options. They haven't completely closed the door on Tua being the future, but they have to be responsible like any franchise and make sure they have a contingency plan, because Tua has proven to be unreliable each year so far to be on the field for his team when they need him most. So I think that's where we are as a team. The defense was one of the strongest units under Brian Flores. Right now, our defense is pretty much ranked 32nd in the NFL. When you look at points given up and just, I mean, if you watch our team, you understand what I'm saying when it comes to defense. We did a good job in some of the games, but it was still a bend but don't break mentality, where we gave up a lot of yards but didn't let them score, or we didn't allow a lot of yards but we gave up scores. So we're gonna have to figure that out, because last week versus the last week when we played the game versus the Jets, it was embarrassing. Our defense was like non-becoming of what they truly are. Now, none of our starting corners were on the field, but still, they actually ran the ball down our throat the entire game, and that's supposed to be the strength of our defense, stopping the run. So it got embarrassing. We got a lot of things we got to worry about right now in the state of the Miami Dolphins, plus dealing with all these injuries. Byron Jones is a huge part of why we are in the state that we're in right now, but he's still not healthy. So the Dolphins are in a real situation where all they can do, they can't even control anything. All they can do is sit back, monitor the situation, and hope that just literally hope that something positive comes of it at some point. All right. So that's the state of the Miami Dolphins for me. I'm not gonna press you all too much longer on them, other than one moment. Let's go ahead. I want to go ahead and get this out the way for the Dolphins. I want to look at the stock up and the stock down for the Miami Dolphins real quick. Let me go ahead and get that out the way because I want to go to the all right, here we go. I want to go to the Jets next. All right, so real quick, I want to share this with you guys. Right now, this is pretty much where we fall in regards to the state of the Miami Dolphins. All right. Um, as you can see, every Tua stock is hovering right around $31 per share because he's a stalemate. They don't know what to expect from him. He could come out looking real bad. He could come out looking real sharp. They don't know. He's been in the $28 to $33 range for so long now. And at some point, he's going to have to make a move north or a move south. And I'm going to be honest with you. When it comes to Tua Tagovailoa, that's the stock that I personally wouldn't invest in right now because it's still so unknown. It's still so unknown. And he has the potential for his stock to just plummet. Like, just imagine another injury and his stock just goes down. It just goes completely down. Then you have Teddy Bridgewater, same situation, just dealing with somewhat of a stalemate. He's had some playing time recently, so his stock has gone up, but he's always going to range between $20 to $30 because he's no longer really considered a starter in this league. He's now gone into that journeyman role. So that's another guy that I truly just wouldn't invest in. I'm the type of person that wants to invest in guys who have a big upside in capital. Tyreek Hill, same thing. I mean, how much more can you get? At his peak, if you look at his peak in his career, Tyreek Hill was pretty much running about almost $28. And right now, he's about almost $24. There's not much gain there. It's not much gain there. You know, again, I'm a big reward type guy. And I don't see him falling either, but that's another investment I just don't see investing in. To be honest with you, if you really want to invest in a Miami Dolphin player, you got to go young. You got to go Jalen Waddle. You got to go Mike Gesicki because when he's either traded or goes to another team, he's going to blow up. You got to go Skylar Thompson. The stock is just, man, if I was in Jersey, I'm telling you, I'll load up on Skylar Thompson because one good game and he's going to increase by dollars. I mean, he could have 100% increase after this weekend alone, and that means doubling your money. It's like putting $1 million in the market on him. He has a phenomenal game, and he goes up to $4. You got $2 million, man. So this is where I am with the Miami Dolphins. If I were you guys, especially those who are in Jersey who are able to invest, Skylar Thompson, Mike Gesicki, and Jalen Waddle, in my opinion, are the long-term investments that I would personally make. All right. Now, let's move along to the New York Jets. I'm going to make a lot of generalizations about this team. I'm going to make a lot of generalizations. But, and this is from the outside looking in, Jets fans. Y'all are in great hands, man. I truly believe y'all are in great hands. In real talk, this ain't got nothing to do with y'all beating us. And of course, that does sway the conversation. But even if y'all lost to us, y'all are in good hands. Salah's a great coach. Salah's a guy who gets his troops to believe in what he's trying to bring across. And those guys are literally feeding into it. This division is about to be one of the toughest divisions in the NFL if the Patriots can continue to stay solid. The Jets, let's start out with Zach Wilson. I've been all offseason talking about Zach Wilson to the Dolphin fan base. I said the Jets are doing what the Dolphins should have did with Tua. I always said Tua needs to be in a pro-style system in which he's going to struggle for 2 years, because most rookies in a pro-style system coming from college, they struggle for the first 2 years. And by year 3, they should be ready to rock and roll. And when I say struggle, they don't look like boo-boo trash, but they're working through the kinks. They're getting familiar with the speed of the game. They're getting familiar with how the order of operation and everything. And I always told Dolphin fans, put Tua in a pro-style system for the first 2 years, and in year 3, he's going to be a great quarterback in the NFL. Well, if you believe that, TD, then why you always dogging Tua? Because we never put him in a pro-style system. He came out in the NFL. He was in an RPO. Flores wanted to win so bad. He put him in a pro-style system. Tua looked like absolute trash in the pro-style system. And Flores wanted to win. So Flores said, nope, let's put him in a RPO. Let's win games. These quarterbacks don't absolutely need to be put in a situation for you to win games early. They need to be put in a position to develop. And I feel like the Jets are doing that with Zach Wilson. They are not putting him in a situation to just win. They're putting him in a situation to develop and work through the kinks. He's supposed to struggle early on. And I got to be honest with you, last year, I felt like the kids started to get better and better, especially at the end of the season. If I'm not mistaken, he didn't even turn the ball over much. And he started to see how this game is to be played. Now, is he there yet? No. But I believe after year 2, Zach Wilson is going to be an NFL quarterback. But don't get mad at me, Jets. And I know y'all ain't going to like to hear this, but to me, Zach Wilson, even though he has an arm, he can make throws that most quarterbacks can't make, and that's the strength of him. I see, and this is so ironic that this man is on your roster. I see younger Joe Flacco in him. But don't take that as an insult, because Joe Flacco won a Super Bowl. And on top of that, Joe Flacco and Zach Wilson, he has the opportunity to be better, but right now, that's what I actually see. The younger version who's, but because that's still him working through his rookie, his young flaws. But as he continues to develop, Flacco may not be the comparison for me. And we're talking about the Flacco that won a Super Bowl. Let's get that straight. We're talking about the Flacco that won a Super Bowl. If anybody remembers how Flacco played in those playoffs, that's what I feel like Zach Wilson's ceiling is. And if you can get that on a consistent basis, he'll be 10 times better than Flacco, because how Flacco played in those playoffs were phenomenal. How Flacco played in those playoffs were phenomenal for Baltimore. But if he can have that consistent level of Flacco playoff Super Bowl win, then he's going to be a franchise quarterback for years and years and years to come. It's just that I'm not 100% sold on Zach yet, because you have to come out here and prove it on a consistent basis. You have to come and prove it on a consistent basis. But I will say this. I love the direction that this team is headed. I love the direction that Zach Wilson is headed. But he's definitely going to have to do more. He's definitely going to have to impact the game more. Right now, you have a guy who isn't going to lose you the game. He isn't going to make all the mistakes that lose you the game. And that's all you need in the first 2 years. But I'll say this, by the end of this year, starting somewhere around week 13, you need to start seeing Zach Wilson take some of the game. Start making those, contested throws up and down the field. He makes them now, but y'all know what I mean. Start being that quarterback that's taking over a game. That's what you want to start to see. So right now, y'all are in a state of him not losing you a game, and doing his job. And that's all you should be asking for. And that means y'all are in a good place right now and you're headed in the right direction. But one thing that y'all got to figure out is how to stay healthy on that O-line. And that's been one of y'all biggest Achilles heels. You got to figure out how to get that wall in front of him to stay healthy. Because I'm telling y'all now, the Jets, this is where they got the advantage over all three teams in our division. As of late, they have drafted better than all three teams in the division, hands down. I don't care if you're a Buffalo fan. I don't care if you're a Dolphin fan, Patriots fan. No, we draft better. We got this person, that person. Y'all ain't paying attention to the Jets. They have drafted better than any team in the last 2 to 3 years, in 2 years in this division. Period. They are, and you may not see it because some of these guys keep getting hurt, but they got some studs. They got guys that are actually making plays. So if they continue that, they're going to be good with money and everything because they're operating out of the draft. And that is a fact with you. And I know Dolphin fans ain't gonna like that. No, man, we got Javon Holland, we got Waddle, they drafted better than us. They done hit more than us. That's a fact. Don't argue it. It is a fact. At least as of right now, in the last 3 years, they have drafted better than the Dolphins. Period. Okay? And I know we've had some solid drafts. So we'll see. We'll see. But Jets, I'm going to tell y'all now, things are looking good for y'all. But I'm going to be honest with y'all. I don't think y'all making the playoffs this year, but in the back of my head, the Jets might make it. Like, what if they make the playoffs this year? Like, I ain't going to lie. That hadn't creeped in at all. And now it's starting to creep in. Like, what if they actually make the play? Like, the back end of y'all schedule is easy. Oh, y'all got a little gauntlet right now. You know, y'all got some tough teams right now, but the back end is a lot more reasonable. But I ain't gonna lie, I'm like, what if they rattle off like 2 more unexpected wins? Man, they gonna be competing in December and early January. I don't think y'all gonna make the playoffs, but I know the projection on wins and losses have definitely changed in a positive direction for the Jets. No question. 3-2 right now. Oh, I can't believe we lost. 3-2 right now, above 500, about to play Green Bay. And I'm going to tell y'all now, that Green Bay game, don't sleep on it because Green Bay is trash. Green Bay is trash, but, you know, their defense is still good. But their offense, man, we'll see what the Jets can do to them. We'll see. If the Jets get out of there with that win and the Jets go 4-2, cancel Christmas. The Jets will compete for the playoffs. Still don't know if they'll make it, but I guarantee you, if they beat the Packers, they are competing for the playoffs this year. And it's actually unfair to underestimate them when you go look at Brian Flores. We weren't supposed to be competing for the playoffs the last 2 years in our rebuild, but we were. We missed it 2 years in a row by 1 game. And many of us know we should have actually went had certain people not have gotten hurt, maybe, you know. So I am not finna sit here and act like the Jets don't have a legitimate right to potentially fight for the playoffs at the end of the season. And Lord knows that last game of the season, it better not come down to us or them, and we bet not lose. I already told you. If we win and we in, and they win and they in, and we lose, everything in here getting broke. Everything in here. I promise you. Boy, let me stop. My blood pressure. Let me stop because I don't even want to think that's possible. Let me get off the Jets. You know, it's bringing up bad flashbacks, all right? Oh, my gosh, man. Anyway, speaking of the Jets, let's take a quick look at the New York Jets. Their stock up, stock down. As you can see, Zach Wilson stock is up. And look at it. It just keeps rising, y'all. It's been rising. Look where it started at 42 from last year, went all the way down, but now it's rising. But you know what's crazy? Zach Wilson's stock is greater than Tua's. Zach Wilson's stock is greater than Tua's. You see, this is where I got an issue. We got to do better. Tua got to be on the field for his team, and he got to ball out. People putting their money behind Zach Wilson more than Tua Tagovailoa. That has to change, man. That has to change. And then you got guys like Garrett Wilson, wide receiver. This guy, his stock is on the rise. In the last month, up 25%. See, these are all these guys, all these young guys they have. Look at it, Elijah Moore. Elijah Moore's stock is down right now. But I'm going to tell you now, as this team gets to rocking and rolling and Zach gets better and better, his stock can rise. Breece Hall, we already know what time it is, especially after what he did to Miami. Look at that stock. Starting to take off. Starting to take off, man. So like I told y'all before, Michael Carter, they got a plethora of young talent on this team, and they're just continuing to tap into it. So the Jets, man, you got all these guys who stock. I mean, think about it. Anybody who breaks, listen, half the Jets roster you can invest in because they're young and they got all this upside. They have all this upside. Half of their roster you can invest in, man. So big ups to the Jets. That's my take on the Jets. We got a super chat from Dallas James Santana said, Richie is going to clip that comment about you breaking everything. LOL. Oh, boy. Let me take it back now. I ain't breaking nothing because, boy, if that happened, I'm going to break it for real. But, gosh, my wife might talk me off the ledge. She might talk me off. Anyway, man, let's keep it moving. We did the Dolphins. We did the Jets. Let's go over to the New England Patriots. I ain't got much to say. Let me keep it honest with y'all. And this ain't me hating, but the New England Patriots, in my opinion, they all over the place. They all over the place. They don't know who they are. They don't know what they want to be. They don't know what their identity is. Bill Belichick is still Bill Belichick. They're going to always be competitive. They're going to lose games, but then they're going to win games in a blowout fashion like they've been doing. The New England Patriots is the most mysterious team. You know, Mac Jones, is he the guy? You know, Mac Jones ain't nothing but another Tua to me. Excuse me, y'all. He ain't nothing but another Tua to me. But what can he be long term? Just like Tua. You know, now they got this Zappy fever. Matt say with Zappy fever. They got to make their mind up, just like the Dolphins. Skyler fever, right? See, when you're in that situation as a team, and let's be honest, when you're in a situation where is it Mac Jones or is it Zappy fever? Is it Tua or Skyler's getting a shot? Like, when half your fan base don't mind the other guy getting a shot, then you know your starter just ain't got you sold. You know the organization can't be sold on the starter. They may like him, but they're not sold. Like, come on. If Zappy was on the Chiefs, it wouldn't even be thinking twice. No, that man could go out there and put up 50 touchdowns and no interceptions in one game. They wouldn't think twice. When Patrick is back, he's back. If Skyler or Zappy was in Buffalo, they wouldn't think twice. I'll do you one better. If he was in Los Angeles, they wouldn't think twice. Cincinnati, they wouldn't think twice. It's the issue. This is the issue that Dolphin fans and Patriots fans need to come to the realization of. Get your fanhood out of your mind for a second and realize the honesty. Realize the honesty. Many people aren't sold on the starter. That's why they are willing to give the other guy a chance. TD prediction for the Vikings, Dolphins, Jets, Packs. I'll give that at the end. You got to be honest. All right. But yeah, man. This Zappy fever, again, they're all over the place. They're all over the place. And Bill Belichick is going to have this team up and ready to play in certain weeks, but talent is just going to reign superior over them in other weeks. But I will say this to all the AFC East fans. The thing about the Patriots, they're never out. Look at last year. The Dolphins swept them. They still made the playoffs. This year, the next 7 games, they got this easy path. So you still can't even count them out to make the playoffs, which is crazy, ain't it? But that's Bill Belichick. Low key, still getting them in the dance, even if they lose in the first round. But the Patriots need to figure out their quarterback situation. But their strength is their run game. Belichick is always going to figure out a way to run the ball, and that's what's carrying them right now, the run game. So that's what the New England Patriots are. They are a run-heavy team trying to pound the rock and get W's with that clock management. It's that simple. They're not making it complicated. They're not doing too much, all right? Drayton Johnson said, Pat's know Mac is the starter, but recency bias has swarmed Pat's Nation. Mac will be back 100% for Chicago. I agree. But again, this is my point. If Zappe was in Kansas City, would there be a recency bias? See, I recognize that we all know Mac is the starter. We all know Tua is the starter. But if Zappe or Skylar Thompson or Teddy Bridgewater, whoever you want to put up, if they were in Kansas City, would there be a recency bias? If they were in Buffalo, would there be a recency bias? Chargers, Bengals, all of these teams, would there be a recency bias? No, there wouldn't. When you are a quarterback that allows a recency bias, then you ain't that dude. You're a dude, but you're not that dude. And let's be honest, we all want that dude. But since we don't have that dude, we want to sit there and be like, no, he's the guy. And we want to build him up and try to feel like he that dude for us. Settling, right? That's what you call settling. That's all Patriots fans and Dolphin fans are doing. They're settling. Well, he's what I have now. We've committed to each other in a relationship. I'm not going to step outside of that. I get it. But be honest and realize you had a checklist before y'all got together. This person don't check all the boxes, but you're making them fit. You're making them fit because you love them so much, because they are all you have. They're all you have. Could that be insecurities? You're scared to go out there and get what you're looking for? I don't know. But that's exactly what's going on in these fan bases. You're scared to be alone. So you ride with the one that you're with. Regardless of how they treat you, you make excuses for them and everything. Valentine's Day. Oh, that's today? I still love you. That's what's going on, man, with these teams. You got to find your franchise quarterback, and maybe they'll turn up to be those guys eventually. But let's be honest, right now they aren't. Right now they aren't. Because the truth of the matter is, you're looking at your friend over there in their relationship, and you're like, man, goals. And ladies and gentlemen, that's what we're looking at when it comes to the Buffalo Bills. And we're going to talk about them in a moment. We over there looking at their relationship like goals. And we're about to talk about that in a moment. But before we do, speaking of the New England Patriots, this is their stock up, stock down. Again, I don't know who to invest in on this team. Devontae Parker's supposed to be the guy. His stock keep falling. Brian Hoyer been knocked out. Where's Zappe? Zappe up on here. Zappe, a guy I'd invest in because he getting that recognition right now. I keep investing in him. He might steal Mac Jones' job eventually. You never know. You never know. I don't think he will, but you never know. You never know. But this whole team, man, where's Stevenson? This guy right here, I definitely invest in him too. Look at that stock rising. He's going to become a premier back in this team for Bill Belichick. These are the guys I put my investments in. All right. So last but not least, let's move on to the Buffalo Bills. Let's move on to the Bills. Buffalo Bills fans, let me be very clear. Hold on, let me put this here. Y'all got to win a Super Bowl this year. Y'all got to win a Super Bowl this year. I'm just keeping it above with y'all. If y'all don't win a Super Bowl this year, man, y'all have failed the system. Y'all have failed the system. Your whole situation, you failed it. You got to win this year. The league has turned into a windows. The league has turned into a league of windows. You know, when your quarterback isn't impacting your salary cap in a strenuous way, you got to take advantage of that. And truth be told, that's all Josh Allen has done for y'all is ball out and not hurt the salary cap. This is y'all last year. Right now, he is counting against y'all cap $16 million. So y'all can afford all this stuff. Next year, this man go to $40 million. $40 million cap hit next year. And they don't do nothing but get higher and higher from there. 40, 42, 51, it don't do nothing but get higher and higher. So I always ask people this because they be like, the salary cap is going to rise every year. If you paid attention to the salary cap, it's been rising every year, but you ain't been paying attention to what's been happening lately. At one point, it was up to like 220, and then last year, it dropped all the way down to like 180. So when it rises, it's going to be like 190 or 200. And that ain't just quarterback money. That's every position's money. So if the cap goes up by 5%, that means the value of every position goes up by 5%. The problem in this NFL, if quarterbacks get 20 million and the cap go up 5%, y'all got to realize that's only $1 million where the quarterback should go up to 21. But what happens? They go to 40. They take all of it. And that's why you can't afford the other weapons around because somebody pays it that ain't paying a quarterback. So I want to ask the Buffalo Bills fans to think of it this way. Take $23 million worth of salary cap from your roster right now. That's the way I always tell people to look at it. Take $23 million away from your $24 million away from your salary cap right now. Go through your roster and reduce it by $24 million. And don't sit there and replace the $1 million guys because you got to fill the roster spot anyway with another $1 million guy. But take $24 million away from your roster. Name the 3, 4, 5, or 6 players that you would remove. But remember, you still got to replace them. You see what I'm saying? Take that $8 million guy and replace him with the $2 million guy, which ain't as good as the $8 million guy. But get to remove $26 million because this is the best team that Josh Allen is ever going to have around him from this point going forward. That's just the reality. You got to win a Super Bowl now. You had a window, and the peak of your window was last year and this year. And if you don't get it now, you're in trouble. You're in trouble. Now it's give and take. After this year, it's give and take. You're going to go through your roster, and you're not going to be able to get that much better. You might get another weapon on offense, but now you're taking a huge hit on defense. It's not going to get that much better at all. It gets worse from here. And I've already done the research and I've already proven it a million times to the Dolphin fan base. Once the quarterback's money kicks in, the big money quarterbacks, it's over. So when you go through your roster, reduce it by 24 million. And if you can't win now with the roster you got, how easy is it going to be to win when you reduce it by 24 million? Buffalo got to do it now. But you're primed to do it now. Top defense, if they can stay healthy. Offense is always going to do what they do under Josh Allen as long as they keep the weapons, right? You're primed to do it now. You started the season as the Super Bowl favorite. You're primed. But in this game of football, even when you're primed, it's hard. It still ain't easy. But all I'm saying to the Buffalo Bills fans, I'll make this short and sweet. You got a top 3 quarterback in the NFL. And at the end of the day, if you can't do it now, y'all going to be in this cycle. Let me give you an example. It's just like the Russell Wilson effect. The only difference is he got his during that window. But ever since he got his money, they couldn't afford the Legion of Boom anymore. And Russell Wilson has gone to the playoffs almost every year and lost in the first round every year since. Because you can't duplicate this amazing team that you have. Because you can't afford it. Unless you take the Jerry Jones approach, which you still have a 2-year window on that. And let me tell you what that approach is. The Jerry Jones approach is, instead of this being the last chance you got, you can turn that into a 3-year window where this year and 2 more years you got a shot. But here's how you do it. You backload everybody's contract and add voidable years on everybody's contract. But what it also does is say in 2025 and 2026 and in 2027, we're going to be going through a rebuild. We're going to be trash. That's all that is. The Saints been doing it for the last 5 years with Drew Brees. And now last year, this year, and next year, they're going to be dealing with the fallout because they still paying all that dead cap on voidable contracts. Jerry Jones is about to enter into that with the Dallas Cowboys. So as fans, y'all got to ask yourself, which would you rather? Trying to figure out how to sustain this and level it out every year, playing pick and choose, and I'm going to get rid of you, but I'm going to take you. You're not what I got rid of, but I have to just to pay him, and now I got to pay him, so I'm going to downgrade this, but hopefully that offsets it. You either play that game or you do the Rams and you go for broke, knowing that 2 or 3 years from now, you're going to suck for 3 years. Like, and I ain't going to lie. If I was in y'all's situation, I would open my window for 3 years because the goal is just to get one Super Bowl. I know we all want multiple, but you got to get one, just one. I mean, that carries you. Just get one Super Bowl. And I'll, like, if you're a Dolphin fan, I'll take one Super Bowl now. If they say I'll give you a Super Bowl now, but you're going to be trash for the next 10 years, Lombardi held high. Lombardi held high because no matter how good your team, all it takes is one Sunday for another team to knock you off and it's over. All it takes is one Sunday and it's over. So that's what y'all going to be dealing with. You will never have a team this good again. And then even after this, when Josh Allen money start kicking in, you got to play that game. Which one are you going to choose? Trying to keep it balanced? It ain't going to work because you'll always have another team with a $6 million quarterback who way loaded more. Now they got the number 1 defense. Now they got the superstar offense and a quarterback just as good. That's how it works. That's exactly how it works. But y'all are poised to win now. You got a superior team, talent from the floor up. Clearly the best team in this division. If you're healthy. If you're healthy. You got to figure out how to beat teams like the Chiefs long term. Like, I ain't gonna lie, y'all should beat the Chiefs this weekend. I just don't have you winning. Look at the Chiefs. They're a prime example of it. They're still keeping the ship going, but Tyreek Hill. Why did they get rid of Tyreek Hill? Why didn't they keep Tyreek Hill? Why didn't they keep Tyreek Hill? They couldn't afford it. They wanted him to come back. They gave him an offer. He said, "No, man, make the guaranteed money make sense. Come on, man." And they didn't do that. And I love that they didn't do it. I mean, they got principles, but they did pick the quarterback over it. $30 million. They couldn't afford it. And his money is still favorable for the team. And we'll see how that looks next year. We'll see how that looks for his team next year. Next year, he's a $47 million cap hit. See, last year when he beat y'all, he was only $7 million against the cap. Let that sink in. Last year when he beat y'all, he was a lower cap hit than Josh Allen. Last year, Josh Allen was a $10 million cap hit. So Patrick Mahomes was a $7 million cap hit last year when he beat y'all. You'll always have a team like that. Look at Brady and them in Tampa Bay. Look at what they're doing. Brady signed a 2-year, $50 million contract, but 1 year it was only $10 million a cap hit, but they put all them voidable years behind it. So they could load up weapons around him, but they'll be paying him down the road even when he retire. See, when you got teams going for broke like that, doing those voidable years, this league is no longer a league where you want to build a beautiful team and just that's consistent, because you'll always be competing against a superstar team that has more money to spend than you. And let me give you an example. Like, you'll have a team that literally, they don't finagle their cap space, right? They just literally go with the average of what each player is supposed to make. If it's a 5-year, $25 million contract, you're a $5 million cap hit this year. Even, right? Their cap is about $200 million in a year, but another team's cap is $300 million. But the way they got it structured, it's only $200 million this year, but we got all them voidable years in the future where we're going to suck. How can you compete with a team that got $300 million worth of contract versus your $200 million worth? Just because they say 2 years from now we're going to be trash, we're going to have a whole bunch of $1 million people, and so we could pay everybody now. That's what's happening in the NFL now. So this isn't no longer of, well, draft good and build a nice team, X, Y, and Z. Just like the Jets, they drafting good, they building a nice team. But let me tell you, at some point, they better build it up and then go after all the big free agents to complement certain positions and get it done. That's how this game is going to be played going forward. Teams have taken advantage of the voidable years on contracts. So Buffalo, get it done now, and it'll be more favorable for y'all long term, because now you'll have a whole bunch of players that's willing to stick around, may take pay cuts, may restructure, may do more guaranteed money and back end it. They'll do that if you win. But if you lose and they ball out, they just going to go somewhere else and get their money. So Buffalo, y'all are primed to win a Super Bowl now. Will you do it? That's on y'all. That's on y'all. Speaking of the Buffalo Bills, last one here, stock up, stock down. Josh Allen, let me tell y'all something. You know how I say his stock is already so high up, I mean, it's not worth really going after it. Yeah, it is. You know why? If Tom Brady's stock is over $170 and Josh Allen on his trajectory, why not? He's still got an upside for his number to double. If he has a storied career like Tom Brady, it's a potential there. Stephon Diggs, I wouldn't touch it. He's already pretty much maxed out to me. He's a great wide receiver. He's right there in that Tyreek range. It don't get that much greater. I wouldn't touch the stock. Great player, but he's already operating. But Gabe Davis, I'll put some money on him. He's flourishing. Look at that, up 63%. Put your money on him now. These are the guys to invest in. These are the type of guys to invest in. Again, shout out to our official sponsor of the Friday night show, Mojo Sports. Download the app. Anybody can download the app. Go check it out. That way you could play around, look at the player's stock, see what's up, see what's down, and you could play around with the system and see how it works. Also, if you're in Jersey, you're able to trade now. I wish it was in Florida. It's tons of people I'll be investing in. So again, Mojo Sports, go check it out, ladies and gentlemen. Without further ado, I want to go ahead and end the stream with talking with our Patreon members. And again, if you're a Patreon member, the link is in the Patreon right now for you to come in. Thomas, what's up?
Hey, man. Man, if you said 30 minutes, I'm sitting there about to fall asleep. Come on.
I'm sorry, man. I had to get through all the info. I had to give everybody their fair due, man. So talk to me, bro. What's on your mind?
You get so passionate when you talk, man. That's what I love about you. You get so passionate, you forget where you're at.
Appreciate you, man.
I don't know. I'm looking at this Vikings game, and I'm just like, I don't want to be worried, but I'm sitting there looking at the depth charts right now. All these injuries, I think that's what's killing us. It's just the injuries,
Mm-hmm.
And Barry Statham, another YouTuber, I don't know if you watch him, brought up a point that Skylar Thompson was saying that, I missed those guys when I went out there, and nobody caught the fact that neither Tua or Teddy was there on the sidelines helping him out.
Mm-hmm.
So he was out there on his own, just trying to figure it out. So I'm going to give him a pass on that game. I'm going to give him a pass. And I hope that, we know Tua's not going to pad up. Teddy might. But I hope that they're out there to help him out during the game and give him, their insight, their experience, and that we ball out and put the Vikings back in the place that they deserve, because they are lucky to be 4-1. And I hate to say this, but I hope the Green Bay Packers put Jets back in their place. Hopefully, Aaron Rodgers doesn't smoke that ayahuasca and shows up and puts the Jets back in their place so that we can take back first place.
Well, I look at it this way. We just got to handle our own business. I mean, at this point, I know it's easy. Hey, the Jets lose to them. They lose to them. It's the NFL. So one of them may go your way. The other won't. At the end of the day, I'm now starting to adopt that mentality. Dolphin fans, take care of your own business. Take care of your own business and keep taking care of it so you don't have to worry about who wins and who loses in what week, And I agree. You can't put that on Skylar. Mike McDaniel said it all in his press conference. He didn't have Teddy or Tua on the sideline. These guys usually have each other to talk about what they saw after the drive. He was just out there by himself all alone, with no preparation or anything. At the end of the day, I'm over the Skylar stuff. Go out there, show that you're an NFL quarterback, and let's go. And go out there, be a scrub. Hopefully Tua come back or Teddy next week. It is what it is. You have to write your own story in this NFL. So at the end of the day, Skylar, you have a prime opportunity It's up to you. It's up to you. So time will tell, man. Anything else you got for me?
Well, here was another question that I was thinking about. You know, if we go out to and Skyler shows out and beats the Vikings, do we keep Tua resting for the next game? Because the next game should be a gimme two. I mean, as long as he's doing what he needs to do we keep Tua rested?
Skyler wasn't supposed to play this year. They believe in Skyler. They like Skyler. Mike McDaniel said some things in a press conference today, and I'm going to do a stream on the Dolphins show maybe tomorrow or something on this. But he said some very specific things about Skyler in that game that we lost to the Jets that he did notice. And they believe in this kid. But he wasn't supposed to play at all this year. It was supposed to be learn the playbook, learn the NFL stuff, sit back as a third string. When we come to camp next year and there's no Teddy, you're going to compete. And you still may not even be the starter in year 2. But in year 3, when we got to decide long-term future for Tua, give us a reason to hesitate.
And that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, so Tua's still our guy. Yeah. But if Skyler does a good job next week,
he's gonna Tua needs to be back playing as soon as he can. So if Skyler does a good job next week, that's just gonna make them feel a little better inside, and they're gonna sit him right back on the shelf.
Okay.
And Tua, come on, you ready now? Let's go. That's all it is. This was never supposed to be a Skyler opportunity this year. They never expected it. The circumstance called for it. They wanted to bring him in and develop him the right way and hope that they could create something. And whether they did or they didn't, they weren't gonna feel bad either way. But Skyler, this is a huge opportunity. Go light it up. Then they're gonna put you right back on the shelf. And trust me when I tell you, next year there's gonna be a secretive competition in camp, especially if Tua doesn't absolutely ball out this year. And remember, next offseason, they got to decide if they want to even pick up Tua's 5th-year option too.
Man, that's true.
So the truth is, Tua's really just fighting this year to earn a 5th-year option.
That might be the case.
That's where we're at right now. So we'll see, man. We'll see. But I appreciate you coming through, man.
Hey, no problem, TD. You have a good one and bless your family.
Same to you, brother. Thank you so much. Love. That's what's up, man. Man, we got Jets Unleashed in the building. What's talk to me, man? I can't hear you. We still can't hear you. And hopefully it's not me. Can y'all hear him? Let me know in the comment section because I can't hear him. But y'all let me know in the comment section, yes or no. Can you hear him? Before I move on, I want to make sure it's not just me. Can you hear him? Yes or no in the comment section. All right, bro. Maybe hop out and come back in. Nobody can hear you. All right. All right, man. King Allen, talk to me, bro.
What's going on?
What's going on, man? What's the business?
Just here repping my Bills, like
All
always.
Right. Well, rep them. Talk to me, man.
We're going to go out there and we're going to destroy the Kansas City Chiefs. Our defense is going to shut that guy down. We have only let 7 points in the second half of all these games, and it was really because our defense was injured, and you know that. Because you're the team
why y'all think y'all going to shut this guy down? Like, come on, bro.
Our pass rush. We don't have to blitz him. Let's just sit back, pick him off. He ain't going to be able to just sit back there. He doesn't have Tyreek Hill no more. He's on the Dolphins.
All right, listen to me, bro. Haven't I been fair for the last hour and 6 minutes?
Mostly.
Haven't I been on very good behavior based off of what you usually see?
For you, yes.
So why you come in here, the first thing you say is just out of pocket, we gonna shut this guy down. You don't shut him down, just like you don't shut Josh Allen down. There are guys that don't get shut down. So just come to that realization.
Look at the Raiders game, TD. Look at the Raiders game. They went down 17-0. If that happens against Buffalo, it's over.
Okay, bro. Stop it. Stop. You lie to yourself, you lie to whoever, man. You're being a fan. You're being a fan right now, okay? At the end of the day, the Kansas City Chiefs and the Buffalo Bills will be a phenomenal game to watch. But to sit here and say that you're going to shut him down, I don't care if they go down 17, y'all go up 17-0. He's still going to end the day with 3+ touchdowns probably.
I'd say 2. And under 250 yards.
And under 250, huh? I'm going to remember you. I'm going to remember you. You make sure you show up on Wednesday, okay?
I was there on Wednesday the other night.
Yeah, you do that again.
You still got to send me your P.O. box so I can send that Josh Allen jersey.
Listen, my P.O. box is allergic to Josh Allen jerseys, okay? So listen, bro. You make sure you hear you perfect content. You make sure you're the first one here on Wednesday. You said Patrick Mahomes 2 touchdowns under 250 yards. And what Josh Allen gonna have?
About 300, 4 touchdowns, about 50 yards rushing.
In a overtime heads call?
No overtime.
Oh yeah, because that just terrifies you, doesn't it? Doesn't the overtime just terrify you? 13 seconds.
Oh, just like wide right was supposed to terrify me too. I've been a Bills fan my entire life.
Listen, bro. All right, in all seriousness, it's going to be a great game. Y'all have the tools and the weapons to beat Kansas City this week. Yes. Matter of fact, you should beat them. I don't think you will, but you should beat them. But you're not going to stop Patrick Mahomes. And you're not going to stop Travis Kelce.
We'll see.
You're not. Okay? It's not happening. You're not going to stop Josh Allen.
We'll see.
But you're not going to stop Mahomes either. It's gonna be a fun game. Both teams will be over 30 points, and it's gonna be a fun game to watch. What time is this game?
4:30.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch that one. I gotta watch that one. That's gonna be a good one.
It's gonna be on pretty much every TV in the country.
Yeah, I gotta watch that one. Usually I'll stream it, but I usually chill out after my game. Depends on if I'm in a good mood or not. But we'll see, man. What else you got for me?
I definitely think that Green Bay's going to lose. I think the Jets are going to win. I don't trust that offense.
Yeah, listen, I'm going to tell you now, if the Jets win, man, this is a crazy start for the Jets, man. And that ain't good for our division. It ain't good for the AFC, honestly. That's a scary sight.
Fine for me.
Here you go. Here go the cocky talk. Here go the cocky talk. You about to get me out of my normal. You about to get me out of this state, bro. You about to get me out of this state.
All right, I got to get back to work. I'll talk to you later, TD.
Get back to work because we going to win the division anyway, bro. I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, whatever.
Hey, you got to go back to work. I'll talk to you later.
Make the playoffs.
Yeah. Well, don't worry. We're going to knock y'all out of it. Jets Unleashed. Can you hear me now?
I fixed it.
All right, man. I'm sorry about that. I didn't know if it was me or you. Talk to me.
Oh, no. It was me, TD. It was me. Don't worry about it, man. You're good.
You're good. So talk to me. What's on your mind?
So I was, to be honest, I want to apologize for you guys, because it seems like you guys just have an injury bug where the Jets have been experiencing the last 2 years. So it sucks for you guys right now because to be honest, I will admit this. If you guys were 100%, you guys probably would beat us. I will admit that. I'm Jets fan, but I'm realistic. But it's gonna be a tough game for you guys, and so I'm gonna be watching that game because I got Jefferson as my fantasy, so I'll be watching that game. That's gonna be good, man. But I'm excited for the Jets against Packers. That's gonna be a good game. Hoping that at least if we lose, it's going to be by just being competitive. I'm just hoping for that. And if we win, dude, that's a huge thing.
Y'all got a good chance of winning, man. I just believe so. Aaron Rodgers out here in front of the media talking about, they believe this week is going to start that win streak that they have every year. Y'all can change that. Will you? I don't know, but I'm telling you, if y'all win this game, this is going to do wonders for y'all organization this season. Y'all are real threats. You start out 4-2. Y'all are
exactly.
Real threats. So this
exactly.
is a big week for y'all.
Exactly, and if we win this, we got the Broncos next week. They look bad. The defense looks good, but the offense look horrendous. We can win that, and then go into the bye. I mean, we still got the Bills and Patriots. I'm expecting to lose against the Bills, but then win against the Patriots. We're in a good that would be the great position, but just looking, we can end the season 8-9 wins. That might be a potential playoff, since all these teams we thought that was going to be good ain't good.
Well, listen, I didn't believe the Jets would be in this position. I thought y'all would start out like 1-4, but y'all definitely doing y'all thing. I love that the Jets fans are excited though. I mean, it's good for our division. I've been looking at Richie for 2 years, 3 years now, just in a state of misery. And I didn't know this guy existed. Now he excited. But man, listen, I got to give y'all a big ups. But at the end of the day, it's a matter of if you can sustain or not.
Well, it's the consistency in the league. You could be good. Doesn't matter if you're good for 1 week and then you just be bad the next week. It doesn't matter. You just got to be consistent and be able to build on it. And in this league, anything's possible. Every given Sunday. That's what everyone says.
Any given Sunday. You got it. Anything else you got for me?
Well, I just want to say good luck to everyone. Even though we're all rivals, good luck. And go Jets, and talk to you next week and see how it goes.
All right, man. Appreciate you. All right, y'all. Listen, man. Again, if you are a Patreon member, you have an ability to come on this show on Wednesdays and Fridays to join the conversation. I want to say thank y'all so much for hanging out with me tonight. If you want to become a Patreon member, the link is in the description, the comment section at the top pin. Click on it, pick whatever membership level that you want to join, and come in and talk to us each week, man. We appreciate all y'all who support us on a regular basis. We want to thank y'all so much. Shout out once again to the Buffalo Bills fans, the Miami Dolphin fans, the New York Jet fans, and the New England Patriots fans. At the end of the day, man, this division is real. And all of us are showing a level of competitiveness this year. And it's going to be interesting to see how it all works out. The Buffalo Bills already had some injury woes early, but now they may be starting to get back in a healthy state. Now the Dolphins are going through some injury woes. The Jets started with injury woes. The Patriots quarterback knocked out. It's just a little bit of a roller coaster, man. But at the end of the day, we going to follow the progress each week, all right? 1 week at a time. Is Zach Wilson ahead of Tua year 2 TD? Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Year two. Right now, Tua is definitely playing better football than Zach. But from a year 2 comparison, Zach is ahead, in my opinion, But yeah, man, at the end of the day, I will see y'all on Wednesday night. Good luck to the Dolphins this week. The rest of y'all, I hope y'all lose. Just being honest. This is TD Fans Talk representing the AFC East Roundtable. Thank y'all for tuning in. Hit that like button on your way out. Peace and salute to our sponsor, Mojo, for bringing this show to you all. Thank you so much. See you soon. Love you.